I don't know. There's a Dead by Daylight crossover. I'm assuming it's this. I'm not fully sure. Here, will it tell me? This is just the shop that will be like, here's armor. Oh god. I'm going to just assume that the vision of the realms is the Dead by Daylight
Hello.
thing. Hello.
How's it going?
Uh, it's all right. This dead. I still, even despite having booted it up and now looked at like the shop here, the part where
Mm-hmm.
there's a Dead by Daylight thing is still bizarre.
Oh, it's very weird. I mean, I guess it's mostly weird that they put something into Assassin's Creed for it, because Dead by Daylight will cross over with anything. I think this is the first thing that's ever actually like put Dead by Daylight into itself.
This is the first time Dead by Daylight's escaped.
Yeah, it's like Magic the Gathering. Magic the Gathering will do crossovers with everything and like put cards in Magic the Gathering. But nothing has put Magic the Gathering stuff into their game. You know?
Yeah,
Which is funny because that I think would be the thing that would actually make Magic the Gathering really popular.
probably.
Like if Final Fantasy had a fucking Magic the Gathering quest where you ran into Vraska, then people would be down. Like Final Fantasy 14 had a fucking near crossover, and they're not going to do anything for the giant Magic the Gathering card set. I think what it comes down to is that the people at Wizards who are doing these like crossover deals are not like doing a good job. Like straight up, just not. Why would you not have some like content in FF14 to promote Magic the Gathering? You have this giant card set coming out. You have this giant crossover deal already. Oh well.
Don't know. It's weird.
Yeah. It's annoying because it's like the thing that I honestly think they need. Because like Magic the Gathering is an interesting universe. It's just the only way to experience it is to read the books or play the card game. It's like if they just had an accessible game, I think they'd be doing great.
And like, I feel like they. Well, I guess all the games that I'm thinking of are just the card game. But like, I miss those. I think it's Duels of the Planeswalkers,
Mm-hmm.
where like it's just here's playing Magic the Gathering, but it's on the computer and it costs $15 and not hundreds.
Yes. Again, it's the reason I actually like Magic Arena, the client they've got. Like, I have put not a lot of money into that thing, and the money I have put in is because I wanted something specifically. But like cards, I could get any card that I wanted just by playing the game. I've only put money in because I wanted to dress up as cool Phyrexians. And sadly, those avatars were locked behind a battle pass, so I had to jump in. This is a foggy area.
A little bit.
I'm curious if you're just straight up going to run into one of the killers from Dead by Daylight.
This is not a drawing done for pleasure is a very funny sentence. An evil statue. I don't know enough about Dead by Daylight to know if that's a thing.
I don't know.
30 keys, the spookiest thing.
The spookiest of all in-game currency.
I guess we're gonna get the samurai dude, the samurai killer, to
Yeah.
show up.
That would be the one that would make sense. Jesus, is that just like his actual? Yeah, I think that's just his
The
in-game
in-game lore.
backstory.
This
Yeah.
is just going.
There's a lore tab in the in Dead by Daylight. I'm pretty sure that's just his story mostly.
Yeah, let's dig up the evil statue. What's the worst that could happen?
And I'm just saying, if you had a weird cursed statue, why bury it? You're at the edge of the ocean. Just throw it back in the ocean.
You know.
Oh no, you've been sucked into Dead by Daylight. Now you're gonna have to go pull ripcords and start generators.
That appears to this.
Yep, you're. Uh-huh.
I'm in Dead by
This
Daylight.
is actually pretty funny. This is actually fairly entertaining. Not gonna lie. It's very silly. Oh yeah, no, you're at the. It looks like you're at the estate map.
I don't like the fishes are just flopping around.
Ah, they're fun. Five seals hold it shut.
Oh, hello.
They're just making you play Dead by Daylight. That's very funny.
I do appreciate, like, but I've never played Dead by Daylight. I've watched other people play it sometimes, and I'll admit that I don't think that game lends itself to being watched if you don't know what you're doing. Because I watch it and it just feels incomprehensible. Oh my god, this is so dumb.
I almost feel like it's better when it's incomprehensible.
I heard the heartbeat, and because I know that's a thing. Oh boy.
Okay, so here's the thing. If you're playing as Yosuke, you should beat his ass. Because you can't really do all this parkour. Well, you can't do as much parkour and hiding.
That is a great question, and now I wish I kind of had picked him instead.
Because I just want to see Yosuke just choke slam the Oni. I did play Dead by Daylight for like, I'm gonna say a couple of months, half a year, in that range. It was fun, but I stopped because it was like way more stressful than it was fun.
I mean, I feel like that's just me with most multiplayer things in general.
The problem is that like there's no role in Dead by Daylight where I felt comfortable. Like being the survivor was always frustrating because you were so limited in what you could do, but being the killer was like really stressful because I felt like the entirety of whether or not anyone had fun in the game was now dependent on me being good as the killer. Because it's like, if you're too bad, then the survivors aren't having fun because they're just completing the objectives and running away. But if you're too good, then the survivors are having a bad time
They
because
can't do
they're getting
anything.
slaughtered. Yeah, it's a very weird balance. In a lot of ways, it actually reminded me of like DMing.
Oh, I do very much appreciate the QuickTime commands to cleanse the whatevers. Is very silly. Oh, hello, you're up here now. Bye.
This is much, much more in depth than I expected.
Kinda same.
Like I honestly was expecting just like a I don't know, you hear about missing people, you go to a little spooky town,
And
you
then
do
you,
like a Scooby Doo ass mission, and then you kill like a guy
that was kind of what I was expecting too. I was not expecting
to play pseudo Dead by
to
Daylight
play
inside
pseudo Dead by
Assassin's
Daylight.
Creed.
Yes, that was not on my expectation list.
This is cool. This is more crossovers should be like this, like more weird cross promotional things.
I don't like these glowy Tanuki statues that spot you look like they fell out of like the Night Springs DLC. Like specifically, like they belong in Coffee World
You're not
with
wrong.
Jesse.
You are not wrong. They're fucking void Funko Pops.
Oh boy. Hey, buddy.
Can you fucking stealth kill it? Probably not.
Probably not. But I can just stealth away. Oh, that's a problem.
Oh, are you in combat?
No, but I did get spotted. Like, oh, that's also a problem. Is when my TV cuts out.
Oh, that's a problem.
It's back.
All right. Can you drop a pallet on him?
In Japanese palette tech.
I am honestly just curious, like, if you get spotted, do you just fight the guy?
Well, the note was like katanas don't work.
Yeah. But how does he feel about throwing a knife into his face?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Well, we still may find out someday.
Oh, I don't have abilities.
Oh, okay. I was gonna, can you even attack?
I can.
Okay.
Oops. Oh boy. I hit the wrong button. Go. Later, losers. I'm out. Oh. Oh, hello. Oh, now we fight. Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. How's it going?
Going okay.
Playing through the weirdly in-depth Dead by Daylight crossover thing they did.
Huh.
戻れたか。されど他にも誰かおる。
Oh no, it's Akuma.
ここでならいけるか。潮目が変わったな。ここならばそれがしに利がある。
How do you feel about sick combos?
It was very entertaining that
You're in my
Yasuke was
world
just
now.
like the rules have changed. Now I'm going to fuck you up. Because now we're in a game where I can fight you and not just run away.
You don't have to go friggin' interact with 5 generators around the world anymore. The Oni Screams was a really good subtitle. Just like, oh fuck. This went poorly for you. You should go back to your game.
Go tell Tomoko that there was a weird crossover.
That was bizarre.
Oops. Fast travel. He got sucked into a different game.
それがしがついた時にはすでに村には誰もおらぬありさま。おそらく密偵も消えた。
そんな、つまり一人残らず、なぜそんなことが誰の仕業だい。
それがしは襲われた。何か鬼のようなものに。
鬼だって。
鬼のように見受けた。正体はわからぬ。
鬼か。話にはよく聞くけど、もしその鬼を退治たとなれば驚くべきことだよ。
それがしは生きて戻った。言えるのはそれだけだ。
I mean, you kind of kicked his ass. I don't think he hit you once.
生きて戻れたのは運がいい。
もしまた現れたら。
鬼の考えなんて誰にわかる。
確かに。ならば備えておくといたそう。
It might come back, but considering how hard it just got its ass kicked, probably not.
I appreciate that I can stick the Dead by Daylight logo on a banner in my hideout now, because sure. I got a trinket. Hooray. Well, that was weird. Whoa. In the map, and it's being very strange. Somewhere. Fairly certain. It's over here. This was the other post, like I think this came out like the day after I stopped streaming, or I beat the game rather. Was the works of Luis Frois.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that one actually.
But I mean, since we're here, and that was 20 minutes. Go collect my notes.
フロイスはイエズス界で初めて情けをかけてくれたもの。今こそその恩に報いたい。書きつけはそれがしが探してこよう。フロイス神父の書きつけはどこだ？ ごめん。南蛮寺のあたりで何か書かれた紙を見なかったか。いや、わしらは正直者じゃ。
You were just talking about how you were stealing paper from the mission.
フロイス神父は罰など与えぬ。書きつけが戻ればよいのだ。よかった。これを。かたじけない。書きつけが戻れば神父も喜ぶであろう。ああ、よかった。神父様に返しておくれ。よし、いいぞ。
Talking about clothes. Anyway, kid, now you gotta die. I don't have any bullets, so it's not letting me aim the gun. I swear there was another little dot somewhere. Not seeing it now. A large investigation zone. Oh, there's one. Yasuke jumps.
Yeah, weirdly enough, from everything I've looked at, it seems like this was just a one-way crossover thing. I can't find any details on Dead by Daylight doing anything related to Assassin's Creed. It's just this quest popped up in this game.
Sure. So my TV cut out again, which is a little worrying, but you know.
Although apparently this is timed at the same time as Dead by Daylight releasing a Five Nights at Freddy's crossover thing, so you know.
Fucking sure, whatever.
Yeah. At the same time, you get this quest in AC Shadows. You get Springtrap in the Dead by Daylight, or whatever.
I don't. I thought the thing in the Freddy's was the Freddy.
Man, I don't know. I honestly
You
don't
thought wrong.
Apparently. I do enjoy that, like, when you try to go on those tight ropes as Yasuke, you can take, like, a step and then it breaks. The blue dot. Blue dot of plot advancement. Oh, I'm gonna have to fight people. Oh, there's like a group. Never mind. There's no longer a group. I don't know if this was in the patch, but at least there's, you know, new animations for beating people with the Naginata. I didn't.
Hey, that's good.
I didn't cut those guys' arms and then head off.
Yeah. That's actually really cool. That was one of my main worries, was just like, there's got to be more than 2 animations for all these.
That.
縄張りを守っておるのだな。
My cat has taken to sleeping on like a old Squirtle pillow that kind of sits above my bed and like watching over me as I sleep, and it's very sweet.
New Guilty Gear character is out.
Cool.
It's the one from the anime, I think. Not, yeah. And then next is the Cyberpunk.
フロイス、書きつけが見つかった。
I
And
didn't.
that's the end of season 3, I think, is the current one of DLC.
それはよかった。
I did not realize.
私のところに来させなさい。妨げてはならない。まあ、
There was a Guilty Gear anime.
我々は君たちに救われた。
Yeah, I think it's called like Dual Riders or something. Pretty recent.
その通り、新たに渡ってくる海士にこの地のことを伝えるものだ。例えば、安土城はこう記した。町の中心
Man, I completely forgot they were still coming out with DLC characters for the Guilty Gear.
宮殿にも匹敵する。こんな感じで数枚続く。
城の大きさはうぬぼれの大きさでしょう。
Yeah,
I
no,
remember when they
they're running
announced-
that thing.
I remember when they announced the Cyberpunk character, but like I'd totally forgotten.
Oh yeah, that's totally fair if you're not keeping up. Yeah, I think they'll probably just keep doing it until whatever the next game is.
Yeah, makes sense.
It's not like Mortal Kombat where Warner Brothers is like, "Dahoy."
洗礼式とは初めて
Yeah.
楽しみにしていますフロイス神父
Also, I don't know if you saw it, Grav, but there is a Final Fantasy card for rescuing Eris in the Magic the Gathering set, and it has the option of take the elevator or take 59 flights of stairs.
I did not, but that is good, and I appreciate what they do with that set.
Can you suplex the 59 flights of stairs?
No. Sadly, the rescue mission is a sorcery. You can suplex Rufus Shinra, but he will live, his dog will not.
Is Rufus the guy in the wheelchair?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, in Advent Children. I was going to say, no, he's the guy with the shotgun and the cool dog, and then I was like, wait, no, you're talking about Advent Children, right?
Final Fantasy VII is a game I've played the first, like, hour and a half of, like, 3 times, and never any further.
That is fine. It's also a good game.
But I thought he was in a wheelchair. Is he not the president? Who's the president?
Yeah,
Oh.
he is in Advent Children.
So at the beginning of the game, his dad is president, and his dad is not in a wheelchair. And then Rufus takes over when his dad gets Sephiroth.
Okay.
And then Diamond Weapon blows up the city, and you don't see Rufus again. And then Advent Children, he shows up in a wheelchair. Also, there's a Diamond Weapon card.
You suplex Diamond Weapon?
Actually, maybe. Although he does have a thing that prevents him from taking damage, the suplex might just destroy him. Because he has an artifact as well.
Oh yeah, if you use mode 2, then he's fucked.
Let me see. Diamond Weapon. Yeah, he's immune to combat damage, but he's still an artifact creature, so the suplex would still destroy him, I believe.
Great.
Also,
suplex is just destroy artifacts.
Yeah. Also, it's not combat damage, so if his toughness isn't high enough, you could suplex him that way too.
Yeah. No, he's an 8/8. He's tough.
Okay. You can still suplex him, but you got to do it the hard way. Speaking of fighting game DLC, Iron Saga Versus also has a roadmap of DLC robots, including but not limited to Shin Getter Robo. In case normal Getter Robo wasn't good enough for you.
Okay, that's funny. There is a random encounter card that lets you mill 4 cards, then put all the creatures milled that way onto the battlefield.
Under your control or your opponent's?
Under your control, they gain haste at the beginning of the next step. Return those creatures to their owner's hand.
Nice.
So you can just have 4 creatures jump in, attack, and then go back to your hand. Sadly, it's in red, which means I probably will not play that card, but...
That's interesting. It's kind of like a combination of Sneak Attack and Collected Company.
Mm-hmm.
What's the casting cost on it?
4 and 2 red.
So 6
flashback. Yeah, flashback for 6 and 2 red.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say that's ripe for abuse, so I guess it's appropriately highly costed.
Yeah.
Well, these people seem up to shady things in an alley.
Whomst among us?
友が戻りましたな。話したきことが。
どうした？
フロイス、少し良いか。さとこ殿、ごめん。
では、支度がありますゆえ。
里子殿のお身内が賊を雇い、洗礼式の後に襲い来る模様。して。雇った浪人をけしかけ、お主を襲わせる心づもり。私と死にたくはない。
Oh, apparently the random encounter does make you shuffle your deck before you mill the 4 cards. So you can't totally cheat. That's an interesting. I don't think I've seen anything that makes you shuffle first.
That's cool. It's actually random.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You can't use step manipulation.
The first comment was that if you hit 4 lands with this, then you're on the step count.
Hmm.
Thank you, Tortoise. There's castle and probably like where.
Oh, sweet! Cloud of Darkness got a card.
Hey.
It has Particle Beam.
The real last boss starts here.
Ooh. Hey, Cloud of Darkness is in Golgari colors. Now we're talking. That means I can have a Cloud of Darkness and Genova deck.
I mean, I feel like you know what I'm about to ask you.
Cloud of Darkness dies to suplex.
Okay.
It's a 3/3 with flying.
These are the important things that must be known about the Final Fantasy set.
It's
and also,
good to know.
I feel like all Magic sets in the future, I will if we
Yeah,
talk about
I'm gonna
Magic
be
cards,
honest.
I will just be like, hey, can you suplex it?
For the record, there's also a card for Demon Wall, and yes, you can suplex it. It will die.
Great.
Oh, man, Demon Wall's not bad.
Cool. Has there been an Ultros card?
Yes. I saw that a couple days ago. I believe his official title is Ultros Annoying Octopus.
Wonderful.
Obnoxious Octopus.
Also good.
Legendary creature, Octopus. So basically, he's blue, 1 and a blue for a 2/1. If you spend 4 mana to cast a non-creature spell, you can stun an opponent, like tap him and put a stun counter. And if you spend 8 mana to cast a spell, then you put 8 +1/+1 counters on Ultros. He can get fairly big fairly fast, but you have to cast big stuff to make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
Demon Wall's not bad, though. It's 1 and a black for a 3/3 with Defender and Menace. But if he has a counter on him, he can attack as though he didn't have Defender.
Interesting.
Like, him with Genova especially, because Genova just puts counters on things at the start of every combat, she can immediately make that dude really useful. Oh, hey, there's an Iron Giant. 7 mana, but he is colorless, so I do like that. And yes, he dies to a suplex. But only because he's an artifact.
Are there any more Final Fantasy V people, like an X-Death or a Ferris, or...
I have not seen them yet. There's still more to come because the Final Fantasy set is large, but
Apparently. Now I turned into a giant bug monster.
Man, Onimusha was strange. Speaking of, hey, that Onimusha 2 remake just came out a little while ago. I've
That is
heard
true.
good things about it. Not gonna lie, Onimusha 2 is probably my least favorite of the Onimusha games personally, but it's still good.
和歌についてとは、ポルトガルのバラッドは韻を踏んだ小説でできている。しかし、この地の歌は韻を踏まない句の連なりだ。ポルトガルの船乗りが歌うバラッドなら知っておる。神父の耳には合うまいがな。わらべがなんと、ポルトガルでは、コラは武器を持たず、礼節も学んでいない。ここでは、12歳の子が刀を持ち、誰に対しても
Portuguese children do not walk around with swords.
育ちは侍や大名の子に多い。あえて何よりであった。それがしはこれにて。それと、もう書きつけをなくすでないぞ。また風にさらわれぬようにな。そうだな。しかし恐れるべきは風ではない。信仰を使って戦火を煽ろうとする者たちがいる。十字架のあるところ、必ず剣がつきまとうのだ。ああ、今の世は危うい。身をもって知っておろう。危難の中でも使命を果たし祈らねばな。皆に加護があらんことを。
And then he vanishes, turned into a bug monster, and flew off. Alright, so I think that's it for the current post-launch stuff, but what I am going to do, just so that this isn't just 40 minutes, is going to do some of these weekly events that progress the battle pass and whatnot.
Okay.
And then I don't think I have enough to like see all of the story bits that are locked behind the battle pass, but I can look at what I
didn't
got.
realize there were story things in the battle
It's-
pass.
I'm maybe being generous when I say story bits.
Okay.
It's literally just like a bunch of text stuff about what's going on in the modern day at the moment. And it's just like, oh, this one guy is sad that the Templars killed his dad, and so he meets up with assassins in Marrakesh and is like, hey, my dad wanted me to tell you that bad things are happening. You can trust me because my dad was cool with you. And they're like, oh, can we trust this guy? And then it turns out they can trust that guy. That's kind of the first... That's basically the entirety of the first battle pass worth of story. And then this second one so far seems to be, oh, the people did a thing and they killed a Templar man, and now we're very sad about it because we need to up our security game is the gist of it. Like I said, I'm being very generous when I say story mode.
Yeah.
Or story content, rather. But, I mean, it's, you know... Someone wrote it.
Unless it was AI.
I think Steam would say if it was.
That's good.
It doesn't, so...
All right.
Yes.
You can make a chocobo racetrack. That means that whenever you put a land into play, it makes chocobos, and then those chocobos have an ability that whenever a land comes into play, they get stronger for the turn, which
That
will get out of
seems
hand very fast.
aggressive, yeah.
But you can suplex the chocobo racetrack because it's an artifact.
Card games.
Yep. Card games are all right. There's also a card I really like that I just saw called Cornered by Black Mages. And the art is just a bunch of black mages charging up a fireball, and one of them's holding a mace, just staring at you. And it's just you have to pick a creature to sacrifice, or your opponent picks a creature to sacrifice.
That's very
And then
funny.
you make a black mage token. And there's just something funny about, like, I'm gonna summon, like, whatever, and then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna play the card that just means that they get a boot party thrown on them by a bunch of black mages in an alley. Just, they get Lindblomed. I'm going to post this card in the... If that worked. Did that work? Why is that not? Let's see if that works. There it is.
Great.
I just really love the imagery of just a bunch of black mages being like, "You're done."
I guess I can go talk to this farmer, because apparently I've killed enough samurai for him to be like, oh, good job.
Ooh.
盗っ人どもめ。いい気味じゃ。恩に来るよ。あたしの牛が奴らにクソを引っ掛けとったならいい気味じゃが。
This is a good camera cut of I hope my ox sat on, or I hope my ox shat on their shoes, and then just cut to Yasuke just smiling. Just like, yep, okay, thanks, lady, bye. Oh, apparently I do need to set up so I can fight guardians, apparently. For one of these missions. Okay, now I cut that man's arms off.
I mean, sometimes you got to go with the classics. How's it going?
That could have gone better.
Desynchronized.
I only exploded myself a little bit. There we go. That time I shot the things before I, tried to do any fun, special moves. Oops. I meant to do that on the other guy, but do that to you, I guess. I leveled up. Hooray. Okay. Last, weekly mission here is just the, do a fight in the arena, so... Which I don't think I ever actually showed off on... Well, I might have. I don't remember if I... Yeah, no, yeah, I did.
I don't remember.
I did, because
I remember you getting to the arena part.
I'm pretty sure I did show off the arena.
Okay.
I don't remember if I did, though, but...
It was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago, and also it's not that, super important, because it was very kind of boring. It wasn't cool like the arena in Odyssey.
Yeah. Or like the Olympics in Odyssey.
Or like the Olympics in Odyssey. Featuring testicles.
Odyssey was incredibly silly.
I'm not going to be able to get out of this.
I think you're going to have to kill these guys.
I'm going to have to kill these guys, but okay. I'm very high level, so it doesn't particularly matter. I fought a Dead by Daylight killer. What is this guy with his big fancy mask? The answer is he's dead. Okay, are we done now? be done. Let's arena. Probably not take very long. One arena down.
Wow.
Now we do the second arena. That's the second arena down. Now we do the third arena.
These guys are not doing so hot.
Not really.
All right, here's a thought.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I guess it doesn't work in this because these are fights to the death, maybe. But I feel like you could still find a way to make it work. Has anything ever done, like, an arena-type quest where it's, like, you have requirements you have to do during the match to, like, make the match exciting? So it's not just a squash?
The one example of that I can actually think of is in fucking Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door. When you're in the Glitz Pit. Where they'll be like, hey, do this, fight these people, but you can't use your hammer.
Yeah.
That's the one example of that I can think of.
I think that would make arenas way more... Like, especially this, because, like, those guys, you just killed them and they was over. But it'd be interesting if there were, like, requirements where it's like, okay, you have to, like, perfect dodge this many attacks, or, like, parry this many attacks, or something like that. You know, just to keep it exciting for the people. Or maybe make it so, like, your reward is based on how many things like that you do. Oh, well.
And it's back.
All right. I don't know. Just something like, I was imagining the fight promoter just being like, you know, you came to do the arena thing, and then you just completely walked through these dudes with zero trouble. It's not the most exciting thing in the world. I'm going to lose business unless you make it more exciting.
Thought it was back. It was not back. Oh, okay, there we go. Oh yeah, there we go. We got one of the story things in the second battle pass here. Got money. Got a gold. Got a second story bit. Got a Yasuke mat. Yeah, I can get some angry eyes for Naue in the thing here. Something. Alright. So the story stuff It took me a while to find because it's not in a place that like I would think it was. Also, before we do that, let's just sneak peek here and see if there's anything we can upgrade with. For now. That is because we have to go to system. I'm gonna make a save. And we go to quit to memories because that makes sense. We go to the animus here, and then we go to the vault. So yeah, here's the diary of Joel Eastman, where Marrakesh is hot, and my dad wanted me to talk to the assassins. Then, well, that guy punched a man in Marrakesh real hard. And here's the assassins are mad that he was looking for them badly because he was just running around going, can you tell me the owl? Tell me of the owl. And then I think this is them being like, can we trust the guy? Yes, this is a bunch of assassins being like, I don't know if I can trust that guy.
He's got important information, but, you know, we have to be suspicious.
Yeah. And then here's, all right, the information that the guy gave us checked out, so we're gonna, like, go do some stuff. I used to headshot rabbits in the Caucasus at 100 yards. Rabbits are faster than humans.
That's true. Rabbits are quick.
Yep. And here's the... Oh, the mission went well. I shot some people. Hooray. And then here's the mission went real bad for the one side. So you're fired. But yep, you're still fired. And here's a new one that I haven't seen. Sad that I'm away from my children. I'm hanging with the lady from Danganronpa, and she's crazy.
I was gonna say that's a specific name, but all right.
The aliens are going through the animus.
Is the alien and the animus pretending to be an AI?
Apparently.
Or did they like accidentally make an AI alien?
I'm assuming the alien is pretending to be an AI.
Okay.
And then there's 4 more that I haven't unlocked.
All right. I'm glad this stuff is still here for the people who want it, but I'm also very glad that it's not really presented in the main game. Like, part of me still feels like they should have just branched Assassin's Creed off into like 2 series. You should have had the ones where they continue to do the historical stuff, and then one that's just all the future stuff happening.
I don't think you're wrong.
Like, I feel like that's what Watch Dogs should have been, is like, this is what future Assassin's Creed is going to be.
I also just wish that like they kind of gave more rewards, because like I'm interested in that stuff, but the part where it's just like, okay, come back every week and you get 1 is a little much.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's not so bad if they're going to keep doing post-launch content like this, where they have like, here's like a fun mission to do, and then also go do this thing for a story thing.
Yeah, I
guess it's not so bad as long as they keep putting stuff in the game, is what I feel like.
Yeah.
It's like Monster Hunter being like, hey, like every couple of weeks, like 3 weeks, we're going to drop, here's something new to do.
Here's a fun piece of armor. Here's Akuma. That out? I saw someone maybe streaming
I think it's like next week.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. But short stream. I'm probably not gonna like switch to Skies of Arcadia or anything, but
okay.
Join us tomorrow and we will go back to Skies of Arcadia. Thanks for indulging me in this weird jump back to Assassin's Creed, because a Dead by Daylight crossover seemed insane. So
And it was pretty weird.
It was really weird.
And fun. It was a good time.
I enjoyed it. On that note, good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.